What we're going to take a look at today is something that is actually rather dangerous to the person involved. We're going to be talking about the Guild Wars 2 lead game designer, Jennifer whatever her name is, and about a gentleman called Joe Baker. Joe Baker is a white man, he's a conservative, and he loves his family and he does his job and that's it. Jennifer, this lead woman, whatever she is, she decided to go on Twitter and dox him, post photos of him, his family, his children, and everything else, saying that he's the one responsible for the 2 injuries during the Seattle I-5 freeway injury that was over the last couple of days. But it wasn't, because the person who was actually arrested, again, they have arrested the person who did it, and he turns out to be black. But this woman, she decided to go on an agenda-fueled rampage for some unknown reason, and she actually ignored the police reports, the photos, everything, and for some unknown reason, well, we all know the reason why. She has gone on, she's locked her Twitter account, she's blocked nearly every single person, and she is hiding behind that. And to be honest with you, someone like this person who is falsely accusing someone of a very serious crime, if anything happens to that person, she should be held responsible. She should go to prison for it if anything does happen to him, because this is her fault. And this is what we're going to look at. So it's come from Bounding in the Comics. Guild Wars 2 lead game designer, her, ignores evidence, falsely accuses an innocent man of this and this of the 2 BLM protesters. AreaNet and Guild Wars 2 lead game designer Jennifer falsely accused of an innocent man of being responsible for what happened. She also accuses man of this and unapologetically shared his real name and declared that he is dangerous. In the early morning hours of July the 4th, BLM protesters continued to occupy the I-5 freeway in Seattle for the 19th day in a row, shutting down traffic entirely and blocking access from on-ramps with their own vehicles. So straight away, they've broken the law. All of them did, they shouldn't have been there. Yet one car managed to move past these barriers and drive onto the freeway, eventually barreling into a crowd of protesters and severely injuring 2. Sadly, one of those has actually passed on, which it's very sad that happened, but they should never have been on the freeway in the first place. Following the public release of the accident footage, Jennifer took to Twitter to blame the incident on this, Donald Trump, and this. She also wrote, "I came because I wanted to report to you about an attack on BLM in Seattle last night by driving a car into a small crowd, hitting 2 and injuring them gravely." But she also goes, "The video is so graphic and horrifying I won't even share it." Yeah, okay darling. And she says there, obviously this is what she said, "I didn't listen to my friends when they said to not watch it, and I need you to listen to me now. Do not watch it. I was not prepared. All you need to know is this. This is the most prevalent form of this in this country, and it's fueled by Trump." She also wrote the following. Let me repeat this. Drove this into a crowd with full speed and the intention to do this. 2 bodies flew in the air like they were nothing. This is what Trump is doing to this country. This is what he does to his followers. And she just carried on saying that these were my friends and all this kind of stuff. But what we have here, this is actually the person who did drive the car. Coletti's race is identified on Seattle Kings County Department of Adult and Juvenile Detention official custody record as black. This is the gentleman who did it. He was the one who was arrested, and obviously is going through everything now. But for some unknown reason, this person, this Jennifer, she decided to ignore the police report, to ignore all the photos, and she decided to say the following. "Some false images are circulating of the supposed driver, but they are not real. This was this, and we know that from one of our groups being overrun by them and their active threats. Not hiding this man's name this time around because he is dangerous." And that's who it is. It's Joe Baker. And what it is, he just literally said something and she took it the wrong way. But again, no, that seems to be this type of person's mindset. They get one thing and they automatically start messing around with it to try and make it fit their own agenda. And it's kind of sad that this is how people are going now. And then you have this bit here. She insinuated that he was this and this. When are we going to treat the threat of this and this with the seriousness it deserves? We have burned whole countries over the threat of foreignness. It's time we treat this with the same seriousness when this are white. As he was very obviously not the driver of the incident, Baker joined the conversation by directly reaching out to AreaNet on Twitter to alert them to the act of the following. AreaNet, you have an employee circulating edited screenshots and pics of me and my children. You need to address this dangerous behaviour immediately. If you'd like proof, please message me. Then he actually responded directly to Jennifer. You have 24 hours to remove your post about me or face legal action. Thanks and have a beautiful day. Happy 4th of July. Then this is what, he actually shared a link to his GoFundMe, which I will leave the link below. And it's literally to help him fight this. Go and do it if you can. Or if not, if you can't afford anything, share it. But as you can see over there, as of writing, Jennifer has not responded, instead choosing to lock her Twitter account in the face of it, and she's actually hiding behind all of that now. And she, the amounting wave of backlash, as it says there, against her false accusations is huge. So many people are against her. And to be honest with you, this kind of behaviour for someone like her, who is a verified Twitter account, which Twitter seems to hand out those verified check marks to people who go along with their agenda, not to actually just, oh yeah, this person's this person, not to, which is what is actually meant to be, but for some unknown reason, they like handing them out to people who fit their own narrative. And as we carry on, Jennifer was also one of the first to campaign against the honouring of Atari co-founder Nolan Bushnell by the Game Developers Conference on the grounds that several women had come to her, not gone forward, not to the press, not social media, not anything, and said that Nolan Bushnell had allegedly been responsible for a misogynistic workplace environment at Atari during the 70s. During the 70s now this is. Literally 40 odd years ago. When asked for names and contact information for the said accusers, she provided no such proof of their existence, replying with, "You don't understand. I don't have to prove anything to you, and neither do they. It's your job to practice empathy to experience that might differ from your own." Well, to be honest with you, Jennifer, I'm really sorry. If there's no evidence and you're not providing any proof of anything of these people or their names or whatever, then it never happened. If people don't come forward and talk about it, and again, there's no evidence, even though people are like, you don't need evidence for this. Yes, you do. Because, again, it just turns into a big game of he said, she said. Recently, she faced a massive wave of criticism across social media for her recent declaration that her worst nightmare is the ability for men who have been falsely accused of all of this because they have the evidence to ready to discredit what's happened. And this is the thing that blows my mind. I need to leave. I need to get outside and breathe. I can't see this. Men having all the receipts ready to discredit the people they hurt. All your alarm bells should go off. This is my worst nightmare. This is why I will never ever say what happened to me. And with that there, to a lot of people, myself included, she is literally saying, oh, someone's got evidence which proves they're not this person. But don't believe that. No. So, Coletti is in custody and will have a court hearing sometime today where a judge will determine if he can be released on bail. He is charged with 2 counts of this. But like I said, sadly, one of them did pass away, so he's going to be up for that. And like I said as well, I still don't understand why they were on a freeway in the middle of the night, pitch black, and they blocked the freeway with their own cars. That's breaking the law. So, what happened to them is their fault, really. I know that's a horrible thing to say, but it is. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see all you wonderful people soon.